Assalamu alaikum and hello. So in this video I will rank the best non-Muslim countries that I have visited. In the previous video I did the best Muslim countries that I have visited. And in this video I won't include all 50 plus countries. It will be too much to be entertaining, and it will feel forced because I haven't been to most of them for a longer period of time or several times, and some were many years ago. So I picked the ones that I like the most or feel worth mentioning here. So let's start with Denmark, and I'll put it on. Denmark. How was Denmark? I'll put it on B. I mean, it's near Germany, so that's good. I like Germany, and it seems kind of advanced or like efficient compared to Sweden. Maybe that's just grass greener on the other side. Um, then Estonia, I'll put it on A. It's a simple country. I mean, not in a bad way, but it's straightforward. It's capital is organized, and they even have a mosque, and they speak English if you need that, and the weather is okay. Um, yeah, Finland, we put it on S. Part Finnish. I hope that doesn't uh, push you away, but Finland has very beautiful nature, many lakes, thousands of them. I don't know, more than that, and great diversity in the supermarkets. The chicken is very juicy compared to Sweden. Lots of different sweets and bakeries compared to Sweden. And they are direct people. They only speak when they feel they need to speak, not cold talk. Um, more pro military, pro guns, more masculine, at least in the rural areas compared to Sweden. Very beautiful countries, but the Muslim presence there is very limited. So, from that perspective, it's very limited for Muslims to maneuver. But I think homeschooling is allowed there. I'm not sure. France at the bottom, because I went there just to say to people that I went to France, and I went to Paris, and it was nothing special. I went to the museum, Louvre or whatever museum, and saw the Eiffel Tower. Mm. And I don't like the French language. Sorry. UK we put on B. Relatively friendly to Muslims, but it has become very polarized. The food is great because of the Pakistani people there, obviously, so that automatically improves the food. Um, and it has beautiful parks, English green parks. I like that. But the weather is so bad. Greece we put at the bottom. For being a European country, it didn't feel very organized, modern. It felt a bit second world or even third world. I mean, the houses and apartments, the design, it felt very out of date. And yeah, nothing special except for the history. I guess. Sweden we put on B as well. Was born and grown, I mean, born and raised in Sweden. We were taught, and rightfully so, from a Dunya perspective, that it was the best country in the world. I mean, it didn't have the past like Germany had, and it wasn't communist, and it wasn't pro-American wars. It was normal, average in a good way. And government works well, and schools and healthcare works well. There's no friction. Everything is just smooth. But unfortunately, later they have cracked down on freedom of religion. So I don't consider the country to be such that protects religion anymore. It actually attacks religion with a form of communism light version. Force kids to adopt atheism and to glamorize intimacy outside of marriage, or even with objects or animals. Not in school, maybe, but in the fringe media that they're experimenting with. Many Muslims in Sweden, yeah, that's good, but the government doesn't allow them to have Islamic schools, unlike Brazil, for example, which I will rank soon. Austria was, it's an A. I haven't seen much of it, but I liked what I saw. But I was only in the capital and not in the Alps. I think, I guess that would have increased the ranking if I saw the Alps. Russia is, I'll put it on a B. It's not easy for Muslims there, I've heard, but there's a lot to see. Big country. I've been to the major cities, St. Petersburg and Moscow and Crimea after the annexation. It's very different from rest of Europe, by the way. Then Ireland, I'll put on A. It's diverse, people from all over Europe and Latin America also, many Brazilians also. At least when I was there, people seem to get along, and Irish people are friendly, direct and friendly. And then Germany we put on A. No, I mean S. Because I'm a Teutophile, it means liking German culture and architecture and history. In Germany, stuff just works. Well, I didn't try to immigrate there, so I don't know how that is, how simple that is, even for European citizens. But trains are nice, the infrastructure is nice, the architecture is nice, the history is just so rich. And then they have the Turkish kebab there, and that's also nice. And so many regions and cities that you can visit. Some are hot, some are cold, some are like on the coast, Baltic Sea cities, and then we have the southern hot cities with valleys and the Black Forest. It's really nice, but the government is Zionist, and it's both Zionist, but it also allows many Muslims to move there. But then they crack down on Muslims because they don't like Zionism. It's an occupied country by Zionists, so I hope they liberate themselves one day. Then Spain will put it on. I guess here, A. I was in Malaga recently. Went to the great mosque there in Andalusian style, I guess. Very nice, lots of Muslims. But yeah, that's it. I think the siesta is very annoying. I don't like that I cannot just go and eat or shop whenever I want. It's very annoying. Italy. Put on. Wait, where did Italy go now? Here, yeah. Yeah, it isn't very developed. I mean, even in northern Italy, it wasn't super developed. And the weather's, the sun, there is, I don't know, it's, when I look at the countryside, everything feels like a like tinted orange filter glasses on me. I don't know, the houses look not so good and the countryside looks weird. I mean, not so green. It looks a bit dry. But the pizza, the Roman pizza, is great. It was a place called Remo or something. We went. It was very nice. But you really have to know which places to go to when you want a really good pizza, because it can vary a lot. Then Latvia will put on A. It's similar to Estonia, but less related to the Finno-Ugric. I mean, it's not related at all, I guess. Simple country in a good way. Guess the Baltic countries, they are a bit boring, but they work. They seem to work. I don't know about the Muslims there. Then we take Netherlands, we put that on S. I've been there many times. I really like the culture, I like the house, I like how the country is built, the rivers, and the countryside is also nice. It's very walkable. It's yeah, it's a good country for pedestrians, people who like to walk or bike. But it's a bit like UK when it comes to weather. It's cloudy, unfortunately. China, we will put on like Magneto said in X-Men First Class. It could have been really, really nice or whatever, but unfortunately, you killed my mother. And in this case, our Uyghur siblings in East Turkestan. So, yeah, I'll put it here. And it's because of the situation of our Muslim brothers and sisters in the western parts, which actually belongs to the Uyghurs first and foremost, and other people are guests. The infrastructure is really nice in the eastern parts of China. I mean, Beijing is so, but Shenzhen and then Hong Kong. I was there before the riots or protests, whatever. And Macau was really nice. It was like a Chinese Brazil. Macau. It's not all casinos there, just so you know. It's really nice. So the infrastructure and the digitalization of how things works, and if you like gadgets and tech, it's that what brings it up a bit here on this ranking. And it's such a large country. It's not like the people of China have a choice to vote or what they want to do with their country. They follow. But yeah, the problem with they're they're treating the Chinese Muslims better, the Hui Muslims better than the Uyghurs or Uyghurs. May Allah give them justice. I mean, USA will put on see no, it's not a first world country anymore. I've been there like a couple of years ago. It's not a first world country anymore. But the people are very nice though. But I don't think the people really choose their government. Really, uh, it's the elites that choose the government. And the government have done their part against the Muslims, like Russia and China and France and UK, and lately also Germany under the Zionist occupation of Germany. It's good that the USA allows people to have guns, at least in some states, because it's so rare these days. Uruguay, I'll put an C because it was boring. It was safe and modern, but it's a bit boring. Argentina, I put on a C as well because a taxi driver scammed me, lied in front of my face that he charged X, but it was actually X2, so twice the amount. The sun was glaring towards the screen, and I was like, yeah, I'll just trust him. But that was a mistake. And Argentina is becoming a Zionist state. Under Milei is allowing IDF reserves and soldiers on vacation to do whatever they want in the country. It's sad. So there you go, C. Paraguay, I'll put on A. Yeah. A. I've applied for residency there myself, so why wouldn't I put it on A? They have low taxes. It's the most open country in the world to immigrate to. Unfortunately, I don't know what has happened to the world. I guess the world just hates immigrants that aren't Elysium elite style Ubermensch immigrants. But Paraguay, they allow pretty much everyone to immigrate. So that brings it up a lot. And it's a city there called Ciudad del Este. It's like the Hong Kong of Latin America. Lots of gadgets and products in general for a bargain, a good price compared to other countries. And it has high economic growth for being in Latin America, which has been stagnant for decades because of the bureaucracy and complexity of the economy. Portugal will put on B. They speak Portuguese, so that's nice. I speak Portuguese. The capital is not so nice. Graffiti everywhere. The rural areas are nice and it's quite cheap, unlike except the rent. It's very high, unfortunately. The burgers are there are nice, um, but it's nothing like Brazil. Brazil is the country that affected me the most. The culture and the people that are very social compared to what every people. Anywhere where I've seen, uh, very friendly. They can talk to you at the plane, airport, everywhere. There's no ice to break, so to say, compared to other cultures. The meat is very high quality. It tastes good, juicy, diverse nature, diverse culture. German towns, Italian towns, not Japanese towns exactly, but there are Japanese diaspora, lots of Arabs, and Muslims are allowed to have Islamic schools. So religion is more protected in the constitution than it is in European countries, de facto. The beaches are nice. The whole coastline is pretty much a beach. Um, what's bad is the bureaucracy. If they removed the bureaucracy, the whole world would have moved to Brazil. um, and yeah, they're warmer and nicer than Portuguese people. And some places, or in most places, there seems to be less graffiti than in Lisbon in Portugal. So yeah, that's my ranking of the best non-Muslim countries, of the selected countries of many that I visited so far, and important ones that I wanted to mention. So yeah, Assalamu alaikum.